Hey everybody, it's your boy Captain Hunter coming at you again. Thank you so much for tuning into this particular show. Make sure you do me a favor. What is that? Hit that rate, subscribe, and share button. Hit that rate, subscribe, and share button. Let's make it do what it do. Let's make the channel grow. Let's get some knowledge. Let's get some information out there. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, rah. All right. So, so we got a serious one for you today. So this incident happened not too far from my own hometown, and I'm just getting a chance to sit down and take a look at it. And I've watched most of the video. This is going to be a little bit lengthy, so I'll probably chop it up a little bit. But there was a officer who's been arrested. It's made national news. He's been arrested for his use of a taser. I believe he's been arrested for assault or for cruelty. And so we're going to analyze it and break it down. I watched most of it already, so this is not going to be a fresh reaction, but I am going to do more of a breakdown to it and give you my thoughts, my opinions about the arrest. So without further ado, let's get into it. So let's get into it. So first thing I want to do is we're going to start off. What do I want to do first? Let's go over the press conference first, and let's just listen to a few minutes of one of the high-ranking officials from the Naugatuck Police Department. Let's go over their analysis and what he was arrested for. So this is a press conference that was held, and this is a high-ranking official, if not the chief. He's maybe the chief. Let's see.
Conversation with several. So we just left from having conversation with several of these leaders about the incident regarding use of force, which I previously put out as a press conference. The body camera and the dash camera for that incident has been released. It's been put up on a Dropbox for the media to view and utilize. Before I get into details or anything really further, I do want to emphasize that this incident has two active investigations. The first one is a criminal investigation, which is being conducted by the Connecticut State Police, and there's also a active but concurrent internal investigation that is also underway regarding the officer's use of force. With all that, I am limited in what I can say, but I do want to walk you through some basic facts. The incident occurred on Saturday, October 14th, 2023. That incident stemmed from a shoplifting that occurred at Naugatuck Stop and Shop, in which the suspect attempted to steal over $200 worth of beer from that business. During the course of that theft, it was escalated to a robbery charge due to the fact that there was an altercation between store staff and the suspect in question.
Okay, so let's pause it right there. So one of the elements that is a factor in when police officers can use force, and up to what levels they can use force, is the type of crime and what the officer knew at the time. So I have not read the police report. I've not done a full and extensive investigation as to the officer's state of mind, what they knew. I haven't listened to the dispatch records and things along those lines. So that all that frames an officer's sense of danger, essentially, when they go into an incident and they try to take a look at what's going on. So here's so this happens, right? So let's just say that everything that this, I believe it's the chief. Let me scroll down. I don't know. There's no comments here. I believe it's the chief. I'm not sure. So let's just assume that that the dispatch record said, headquarters to officer so and so. He responds, yes, in affirmative, and then he says, respond to such and such address. We have a complaint of a robbery. Robbery, we know, is the violent use of force or threat of the use of force with or without a weapon. And it's a show of active resistance, show of force, etc. Right? So they may have, depending on what the officer knew in the amount of dispatch indications, what they said is going to raise their level of force, as I mentioned before. So that is one determining factor, that this person has the propensity to use violence, right? That is what the officer is going to take a look at, is going to analyze in their quick split-second decision-making. Is, I know that this person has the propensity to use force, right? So let's keep that in mind as we formulate an officer's opinions about the use of force.
The suspect involved in this incident was Gerald Day, D-A-Y, age 23, who's out of Waterbury, Connecticut. And we will also be identifying the officer involved in this incident, Officer Nicholas Kihas of the Naugatuck Police, who has over 13 years of service with this department. In our department, whenever there's a use of force, it automatically triggers an internal review. That internal review process moves forward up the chain of command. Early on in that process, we identified several concerns with this use of force. And as is standing practice with our state's attorney's office, anytime we have a questionable use of force, we immediately bring that forward to the state's attorney's office. Based upon State's Attorney Maureen Platt's viewing of this, she made a decision to immediately refer this over to the Connecticut State Police for a criminal investigation. At that same time, we also initiated our own internal investigation based upon the officer's conduct. At that point and at that time, the officer was placed on paid administrative leave. He is no longer acting in his capacity as a police officer. And that investigation, like I said, remains underway at this time. My main intent here today is to be transparent with the community, to maintain confidence and trust that our officers are out there doing what they need to do, that this doesn't take away from the hard work that our officers are doing every single day, that this incident shouldn't necessarily be used to portray the men and women of the Naugatuck Police Department for the they do on a daily basis out there, and law enforcement in general as well too. I do want to emphasize that we do have internal measures in place to evaluate our use of force. Those measures were in place, they were working. This incident was self-reported. This did not originate from an external complaint. This incident did not originate from a suspect who did not report any injuries from this. And you know, I think that it's worth highlighting again that our systems are working. This is mandated by the state of Connecticut. We're an accredited police department. This includes mandatory use of force reviews, and these measures are in place and they are working. With that, again, I don't want to compromise an active criminal investigation. I don't want to compromise an internal investigation by weighing in. This employee does have due process, which is afforded to them under law. And by saying any comments or rendering an opinion at this point in an early stage, that may occur. So I can answer several questions. I'm willing to do that, but understanding those guidelines and those boundaries that I've set here for that.
Okay, so we're not going to watch the rest of that because I have not watched. When he said that he's not going to answer certain questions, I didn't really watch either. So I want to. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at this from the officer's perspective right here. We're going to take a review of the body camera and see what was going on with that. Again, the call is a robbery. Forces was active or threatened.
Should be occupied twice and no description on the passenger.
Okay, so they think that there's two people. Should be occupied twice, no description on the passenger. So they have a robbery where something occurred at a Stop and Shop, as we know. Started out as somebody trying to steal some items. Those items, when security tried to stop them, a fight broke out or threatened the use of force, violence, threatened the use of a gun, threatened the use of a knife, something along those lines. Somewhere along the lines, force was either used or threatened. This is what the officer knows at this time as they're pulling up this possibly occupied twice vehicle.
Shut it off! Shut the fucking...
Now we got an officer. He's boxed them in, telling them what to do, to shut it off. And we can see it's going to be some language, as they said. And now we see the officer's got him boxed in again, and we're going to see him try to take off, or actually take off.
Take off or die! Shut it off! DBA? Okay, we had the vehicle boxed in, and it drove up on the grass. took off at a high rate of speed and struck Officer Kios's cruiser. It's now heading on South Main towards Waterbury, towards Route 8.
Okay, so they had a vehicle boxed in. It looks like there were two passengers in the vehicle, not obeying commands, didn't shut the car off, and it did exactly what the officer told them not to do. And then they drove off, and then they struck a cruiser on the way out. Heightened responses, heightened a senses of what's going on, things along those lines, right? Let's fast forward a little bit.
Hey. Crash on the on-ramp. Fail. Okay, the other vehicle was boxed in, then it drove up on the grass, took off at a high rate of speed and struck Officer Kios's cruiser. Heading on South Main towards Waterbury. Towards Waterbury.
Crash on the on-ramp. Fail.
Okay, so now they got the vehicle. The vehicle stopped. It's a wet, rainy road, and he says crash and bail, which means people got out of the car. So now we have a robbery that took place, uncooperative suspects, possibly combative suspects because they've already fought with the security or fought with someone or did something, some type of violence or the threat of violence at the store. And now this, again, is raising the officer's propensity or ability, a legal ability I'm talking about, to use force. Or justification, maybe I should say.
Better fucking stop! Crash on the on-ramp. Fail. Better fucking stop! You better fucking stop!
Okay, so he's telling him to stop,
On the ground! Oh, shit! I'm sorry!
So the question is going to be, before the deployment of the taser, well, let me just let it ride, and we can kind of break it down. I apologize. Let's let it ride.
Taser, one down. On your stomach! On your fucking stomach now! On your fucking stomach now!
You're okay?
On your fucking stomach! How many fucking times did I tell you?
I'm done, sir. I'm done.
Put your fucking hands behind your back now!
Sorry. I'm sorry.
John, you still got one in the car. I got this guy taken care of.
Officer, I'm sorry. I didn't know what the fuck happened.
Shut the fuck up!
Sorry.
Put your fucking hands.
Hey.
You're getting another ride. You're getting another fucking taser and put your hands on your back.
I got you. Sorry, sir. You know what happened.
Put your. All right, you get another fucking ride.
Please.
Put your fucking hand behind your fucking back now!
Please don't do that no more.
Then stop fucking complying, asshole!
Get behind my back.
Shut the fuck up!
I'm sorry.
You're a fucking idiot, you know that?
No.
You turned a larceny into a felony.
I didn't know what happened.
Shut the fuck up!
Okay. Sorry, okay? I said I'm sorry.
Shut up! Stop talking!
Sorry, okay, officer? I said I'm sorry.
You can stop talking.
Fuck you. I'm sorry, officer. I was nervous. And I didn't
You
know
can shut up now.
Okay.
Man, I'm good. Warning cutscene.
I'm sorry, okay? I promise you. I said I'm sorry and I mean it. Okay, officer? Please don't take them with me.
Then you gotta listen, bro.
Okay, I'm sorry though.
You don't listen, you get fucking zapped.
I know. I'm sincerely sorry though. Okay, officer? You heard me?
You don't be sorry to me, sorry to your fucking self.
I know.
Vital, I need you in the wood line to your left.
Okay, officer. I think I pissed on myself.
Yeah, you probably did.
I'm sorry, okay, officer?
Tony! All right, stand up.
I got you, sir.
Get up. Use your legs. Stand up.
Okay, so that's essentially the end of it. So he's tasered 3 times, and we're gonna try to walk through all 3 of these, right? So now remember, we have possibly a robbery. I didn't listen to, again, let me say it, I didn't listen to the tapes concerning the dispatch, right? What the officer knew, right? Did he know it, or what did the officers believe? Did they believe they were armed or whatever? And by the way, I've been to this place, to that hotel, a number of times, arresting people. Been in incidents where we had to take people down in this exact wood-lined grass on-ramp area. So I'm very familiar with that area. Okay, so we're going to take it from the outside of the car here, right? It's from the outset of the car. So let's walk through it slowly.
Better fucking stop!
Tell him to stop. We see the bumper on the ground. Tell him to stop. Probably only stops when he runs into the tree line or figures out there's no other place to go.
You better fucking stop!
2 times, tell him to stop.
On the ground!
On the ground. 2 times on the ground. He's not complying. 2 times on the ground. He's not complying, right? He's not getting down. He's not bending to a knee. Let's watch it again. Now in court, they'll break it down slowly, frame by frame, but he's not complying.
Fucking stop! You better fucking stop! On the ground! On the ground! Oh, shit! I'm sorry!
You can see both of his hands there. There's a brief frame there. You can see both of his hands, right? So he's not presenting any type of threat as far as weapons in his hands. But he's not complying with the officer's commands. He just struck a cruiser. He fought with other individuals. How much time are you going to give this person to develop a plan of attack to attack you?
Taser, 1 down. On your stomach!
So usually we let him ride for 5 seconds, right? Now he's telling him, like, you can see him on his back and his hands are raised, and we can see that he's still not complying. So now he's telling them, on your stomach.
Your fucking stomach now! On your fucking stomach now!
He stops to apologize and stops to look at him. That is non-compliant behavior. He fought with an officer. He's not complying. He already gave him 5 seconds.
On your fucking stomach! How many fucking times I gotta tell you?
That's 2 times. Was that the second time?
I'm done, sir.
He says he's done.
Put your fucking hands behind your back now! I'm sorry. Johnny.
Puts the taser away. Puts the taser away. Now he's handcuffing him, giving directions, obviously, to other individuals who are trying to arrest.
Still got 1 in the car. I got this guy taken care of. Officer, I'm sorry. I didn't know what the fuck happened. Shut the fuck up. Sorry. Put your fucking hands. You're getting another ride. You're getting another fucking.
You don't want people looking at you, right? They can be developing plans of attack. They can be planning. There's been plenty of times where people told us, "Officer, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it," and then they fought with us. Every police officer knows this. Every police officer knows this.
Fucking taser and put your hands on your back.
Trying to put his hands behind his back. He's resisting.
All right, you get another fucking ride.
Please.
Put your fucking hand behind your fucking back now.
Don't do that no more.
Then stop fucking complying, asshole.
Get behind my back.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry.
You're a fucking idiot, you know that? You turned a larceny into a felony.
I didn't know what happened.
Shut the fuck.
And we've seen the rest of that. Oh, geez. I mean, I'm going to have to review some Connecticut laws mandated. I'm going to have to do a deep dive into all this to figure out, what the actual charge was. Cruelty. There's probably an internal investigation concerning excessive use of force. I'm going to have to review that myself, right? And the question is, was the force excessive? And I had here, yeah. So let's read through this article right here, right? This is, the framing of this, right? And I admit that this is difficult to watch. I admit that civilians may be unfamiliar with, what it takes to become a police officer, and the legalities. But so the framing of this by ABC News is going to be important. Cop who tasered suspect several times as men begged him to stop, charged with cruelty. Oh God, please stop. All right. A police officer has been charged with third-degree assault for cruelty against a person after he fired his taser several times at a suspect in an August 14th incident in Naugatuck, Connecticut. Right now, it's just an incident. It's an incident. We now know it's a robbery, threat and use of force. The officer, Nicholas Quijos, was arrested on Monday after Naugatuck Police Department released body cam video showing the incident in which Quijos deployed his taser after a brief pursuit of a 33-year-old man. I think he's 23, right? See how the news gets things wrong? 23, 33, I don't know. Jarrell Day, who police say was being arrested for stealing $200 worth of beer. The 6-minute, 43-second body cam video was provided to ABC News by Naugatuck Police Department, shows the moment Quijos and fellow Naugatuck officer John Williams first encountered Day in his car with several cases of beer in the back seat. As Williams attempted to open the passenger door, Day drove off. We heard all the noise, so I'm assuming he did strike the cruiser. Didn't see really any damage, but okay. But we did hear a bunch of noises as if there was an accident that occurred. Quijos pursued Day's vehicle, ultimately catching up to him when Day crashed into a pole. Quijos got out of his vehicle and started running after Day yelling, "Better effing stop," or expletive stop, as he drew his taser and fired at Day. As he drew his taser, we now know that he told him to stop 2 times, told him to get on the ground once or twice, and then he didn't do it. Let's take a look at that again. How many times did he tell him to stop? I think it was. Here we go. Let's do this.
On the ground! On the ground!
2 times.
Shit, I'm sorry.
Not complying 2 times, right? Told him to get on the ground 2 times. Didn't do it. Turning around, looking at the officer. He's already fought with someone. Quijos told Day to get on his stomach and activated taser again as Day rolled to his stomach and said, "Officer, I'm sorry." Quijos told Day to get on his stomach and activated his taser again as Day rolled to his stomach. Look what this says. Quijos told Day to get on his stomach and activated his taser again as Day rolled to his stomach and said, "Officer, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened." This seems like this is written as if he was complying the whole time. Let's watch it again. We already got the first taser.
Taser, 1 down.
5 seconds.
On your stomach! On your fucking
He's telling him to get to his stomach, right? And he starts to move. He
stomach
does.
now!
He's moving.
On your fucking
He's not
stomach
moving.
now!
He's not. He stops. He stops. This is what we would call a no party, right? He's not being compliant. He's not being fully compliant. He's fought with someone. He's resisted. He's run. He's hit a cruiser. Quijos put his hand on Dave's face as he grabbed his hands and placed him behind his back. Placed him behind his back. He had to force it. Day continued to plead with the Quijos before the officer said, "You're getting another ride," and fired his taser again as Day lay on his stomach on the ground. Documents provided to the Naugatuck Police Department show Quijos has been disciplined by the officer several times during his 13-year career. Most recently, he was suspended August 22 for completing a version of what police chief Colin McAllister described as boxing in maneuver during a traffic stop, a move not authorized during this type of incident. So we saw him do it again. So if he's been disciplined, why he would do it again, I don't know. In a letter to the Naugatuck Police Commission notifying the disciplinary action taken against Quijos, McAllister said the same tactic in boxing and maneuver was cited as the underlying cause that led to Quijos discharging his firearm at a suspect during a traffic stop incident in 2020. So in other words, because he had done this before, they're saying that he caused the firing incident. If you didn't do this, I don't want to say illegal maneuver. If you didn't do this maneuver that was not sanctioned by the Naugatuck Police Department, there would have been no reason to fire a weapon. 2017. Okay, they're going through his record here. So Day is currently facing charges interfering with an officer, resisting reckless driving, disobeying a signal of an officer. He was released in $200,000 bond. Kios was released $50,000 bond on Monday and scheduled to appear in Waterbury Court November 8th. Kios and Day did not respond for request. So listen, we all saw the video. I want to let it ride one more time. Violence has been displayed, and I'm going to let it ride one more time. 3 times. You got to get compliance, and there's no compliance. This guy, and people formulate plans. They tell you they're going to comply. They're saying yes. They're saying yes, but all of their actions are saying no. He didn't just run up to any old person and just say, and just start tasing him. That's not what happened, despite what ABC News is telling the public. It's not what happened. Get on the ground. He's not. He's turning around looking out the officer. People formulate plans of attack, plans of escape, sizing up the officer. This is all what's going on. This is how officers are trained.
Fucking stop! You better fucking stop! On the ground!
Ah, shit! I'm sorry.
Taser, one down. On your
Now, I'm not saying that his exact technique, right? So he's got the taser deployed. He should have said, "I'm going to taser you if you're going to do that." That is true. He should have said that. And then said taser. He said taser. Taser is a phrase that we use before or prior to deploying the taser to notify other officers around that the pop that you're going to hear is not the pop of a gun, but it's the pop of a taser. And so he should have said, "Listen, I'm going to taser you." Put the red dot on him, say, "I'm going to taser you." I'm not saying his technique and his departmental training and tactics were kicking in 100%. I'm not saying that. So now he's got the first ride for 5 seconds taser.
your stomach! On your fucking stomach now!
He's starting to move slowly.
On your fucking stomach now!
He says he pauses for about a second there. People formulate plans of attack. People formulate plans of escape. He may even have tried to pull the he may even try to pull the taser prongs out of his body. So he hits him again because of all the incidents or everything leading up to this.
On your fucking stomach! How many fucking times did I tell you?
I'm done, sir. I'm done.
Put your fucking hands behind your back now!
Sorry. I'm sorry.
John, you still got one in the car. I got this guy taken care of.
Officer, I'm sorry. I didn't know what the fuck happened.
Shut the fuck up!
Sorry.
Put your fucking hands...
Hey.
You're getting another ride. You're getting another fucking taser and put your hands on your back.
I got you. Sorry, sir. I didn't know what happened.
Put your... Alright, you get another fucking ride.
No, please.
Put your fucking hand behind your fucking back now!
So what's going to have to be done is a complete analysis of their taser policy concerning how long subsequent taser deployments are utilized, right? So that's going to have to be analyzed concerning the internal investigation. This cruelty, I can't see it. I know he's been arrested. I don't know if it's going to get thrown out. I think ultimately 1 2 years from now he's going to win. I think this is wrong of the police department. He may face some serious internal charges again concerning his boxing in maneuver that it was used, that he was already disciplined about. Again, he struck the officer. His deployment of the taser without maybe notifying the suspect correctly. That may be a problem. But his arrest, cruelty, the guy was completely not complying. And maybe now Naugatuck Police Department's policy, maybe even state law. Again, I'm retired now, so if I were called on this case, I would have to take a look at the current law as it is in their police procedures as they stand right now. concerning the deployment and use of force? Do they have to say it, 3 or 4 times before they can deploy? Do they have to be actively resisting, right? Maybe you can't deploy it for passive resistance. Passive resistance meaning you're not, you have to be, active resistance, hands, feet being thrown, things like that. Active resistance can also be tensing, pushing, pulling, right? Refusing to do it. That can be a form of active resistance, defined by or categorized by how Naugatuck Police Department defines active resistance. So all those things have to come into play. So I can't see. So the bottom line for me, I can't see this arrest. I think it was difficult to watch, but I just don't see a crime here. I just don't see a crime. But this is why people don't want to join police departments. It's why people don't want to, you discipline somebody because he's tried to do his job and box someone in. Okay, you don't want to destroy property. You don't want to escalate situations anymore. De-escalation tactics, techniques, whatever. But if you're looking at this, right, and you're seeing an officer be arrested, if you're a mother, a father, you're seeing an officer being arrested, and your child is thinking about becoming a police officer, would you want them to join the force, knowing that the chance that they could be arrested for doing their job because some guy was fighting with individuals or threatening to use force, ramming police cars, and you're going to arrest a police officer? Let me know your thoughts, your opinions. I'm admitting there's things I have to look into to figure all this. If I was called as an expert witness to figure all this out. Again, a complete analysis of state law as it stands, complete analysis of the Naugatuck Police Department's policies, procedures, rules, regulations, and taser policy in particular, use of force policy in particular. But I can't see any of this. I can't see any of this. So let me know your thoughts, your opinions. Much love and peace.